Okay, hi pals. Today I'm gonna set myself up for failure. Okay, hi, if you're new here, this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing. I'm Casey. I talk about books, I do booktuber things, and I've been seeing everyone post their 24 in 2024, and I thought it was so fun, and I think it's such a cute idea, and I wrote down a list of 24 books, and I was gonna do it, and then I realized I was setting myself up. So I have this thing where I don't know if it's how my brain is hardwired, but there are a lot of times where I can just set myself up for failure and get really excited and decide I'm gonna do all the cool things with reading, and then I don't want to do any of it because I have basically put a demand on myself and it makes me not want to do the thing. So I reevaluated while I was getting ready to film this and realized I was in fact going to just be fucking myself up. So what I want to do is something similar, but I basically want to talk to you about 12 physical books that I really hope to read off of my desk this year. If you don't know, first of all, number one, my desk is a mess right now, but this is where I keep all of the books I have not read, but that I really am hoping to. With like the exception of this stack over here, but we'll talk about that in a different video. So I was looking at my desk when I was trying to set up my 24 and 24, and I wanted to pick 12 books that I went to get through the library and 12 books I had physically. So I want to talk today about the 12 physical books that I really am just fingers crossed gonna get to sometime this year and get them off of my desk and hopefully onto my shelves because I love them. The first one is The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. This is a classic, I believe, horror. This is short. I don't know much about it. I watched Hollow Man when I was a kid. Pretty sure that's not even comparable, but this is primarily the biggest reason I want to read this year is this is the last in a stack of books I bought from Book Outlet 3 to 4 years ago, and it is the only one I have not read, and I really just finally want to like hit that little completionist button in my brain and read this, and then hopefully add it to my book, my shelf of classics in the other room. By the way, if you're keeping track at home, you'll see as the stack gets shorter and you might be able to predict what I'm going to talk about next. So the next one is The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. This is the second book in the, I believe, words, not good, the Broken Earth trilogy. Yes, and I really love the 5th season. I immediately went out and bought this. And so I really want to read this, and I really just want to continue in the series and hopefully have a good time. Speaking of series, we have The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. This is the last book in the Poppy War trilogy. That's what I call it. I don't know if that's actually what it's called. I should look that up sometime. And I really want to complete the series. Really enjoyed the first two. I have a hold for the ebook version of this from the library, but I have the other 2 physical books, so I bought this one. And I just want to wrap up the series. That's all I want to do. I just want to wrap up the series this year. That's why this is on the list. The next book on this pile is Haunting Bombay by Shilpa Agarwal. This is I have no idea what this is about. I think that this is a horror set in Bombay. That's what this would lead you to believe. But look at this cover. Look at this cover. Look at the spine. It's like this gorgeous spine, and then bam, beautiful, different cover. This I really want to read primarily because this and a few other books I have in this I don't have them in a pile anymore, but I bought myself a bunch of books after Christmas one year because I didn't get like as many books as I wanted, and so I bought myself some Christmas books, and this is one of them, and it's got this gorgeous cover, and I really want to read this year just because I want to see this on my shelves somewhere. I want to see it on my shelves. So we're fingers crossed we get to this one. The next one is The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. This is a more classic science fiction, I believe. This is about, I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I'm going to stop trying to tell you what these are about unless you want like my bad memory takes. This I really want to read because I've had this on my shelves for a while now. But I have this and its sequel. And so I would really love to read both of those this year, but we're just going to set ourselves up for a little less failure and say, hopefully we're going to get to this one sometime this year. The next one I have is Goliath by Tochi Onobuchi. This, I have no idea what this is about. I really want to read from this author. So I bought this book on Book Outlet one time when it was on sale, and that's about all I got. It has maybe one of the most gorgeous covers I've ever seen in my entire life. It's incredible. The faces, the you know, yellow and gold with what looks to be blood splatter across here. It's just everything. I want this on my shelf. That's why I want to read it this year. I want to read it because I want to read it, but also because this is gorgeous and I want to see it on my shelves instead of just hanging out over here doing nothing. Next one I have here is The Pain Gap by Anousheh Hossain. This is How Sexism and Racism in Healthcare Kill Women. I have been enjoying reading more nonfiction, and I think I bought this one for myself. I don't think I got this one for my birthday, but I really want to read more nonfiction, and I really want to read some of the nonfiction that I have on my desk over here. Next one I have is Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. I read Convenience Store Woman from this author not last year, but the year before, and I absolutely loved it. So I immediately went out and I bought this, and then I didn't read it. And so I want to get around to reading this. I've heard this is weird. I heard this is crazy. And honestly, I'm going to say this a lot about books. I buy books because they have good covers. Look at that little guy. Isn't that little guy so cute? So cute, so cute. He wants to be on my shelves. It's not he, might be a they, or is she? I don't know yet. I'm gonna find out though, and it's gonna be a good time. And then they're gonna be on my shelves, and I'm gonna love them forever because they're really, really cute. I got weird. I'm sorry. Next one, you've probably seen me talking about a couple times if you've seen other videos. Devil House by John Darnielle. This I really want to read. I enjoyed Universal Harvester from this author, which is apparently a very controversial opinion. A lot of people really hated it, but I really want to read this. It's supposed to be like ghosty haunted house stuff. And I really wanted to read it last year, and I told myself I was going to read it for the end of the year, and then I had a weird December, so this did not get picked up. So I would really, really like to get to it sometime this year. The next one I have is The Paper Menagerie and Other Stories by Ken Liu. I've heard nothing but incredible things about this author, and this is the short story collection of theirs that I have on my desk, and again, it's just this like gorgeous paper tiger. I am currently having a sort of love affair with short story collections and anthologies, and I honestly, sometimes I forget about this one because it gets hidden behind some other books on my desk, and so I really want to make this a priority this year, and I really hope to finish this year having read all of this because I've heard really good things about it, and I really want to read it. The next one I have is one of the oldest books on my shelves, and that is From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doughty. This is a nonfiction. I believe this author like traveled to a bunch of places and different cultures and talked about their history and their relationship with death. That could absolutely be wrong, but I've honestly had this on my shelves for a really long time. I believe, I'm trying to sit here and think, I'm trying to do the mental math, and I'm not good at regular math, so what makes me think I'd be good at mental math? I've had this for, I want to say 7+ years at this point. I'm pretty sure I bought this before my spouse and I were married, or maybe after we were married. Was it in this house? I don't know. I've had this for a really long time. I can look at my desk and see that it's one of the oldest books that I have on my desk. And I really enjoyed Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, Tales from the Crematory by this author. And I had already had this one. I didn't realize they were the same author. And so I really want to read this year. I want this to be the year of nonfiction that I read because I want to and I'm interested in it, not because someone recommended it. So fingers crossed yet again. Okay, last one. And it is the one that I have the least confidence in myself to read. And that is Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is like an epic science fiction or like space opera. I don't know which you would technically classify it as. I've heard nothing but incredible things about this, but this is a little chunky, and I am, honestly, I can't get a audiobook or Kindle version of this through my library, so I would have to read this physically or double buy it through like Amazon, and I am just a little hesitant to do that, but I really want to read this year, so we're kind of hoping that this arm, gets its shit together, and I don't have a bunch of pain in my elbow, so I can read physically again and read this one, because I really, really want to, and I've really wanted to for a couple of years now, but we're gonna see. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. and this is the one I have the least confidence in, but I threw it on the list because I really want to, and that's what I think the point of this should be. Okay, that's it. That's me setting myself up for a little less failure than I had initially planned, but I think this is a good goal. I think if I can tackle one of these a month, I will be doing good. Fingers crossed a lot in this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Please feel free to do algorithm things down below, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me about any books you want to read this year. Just talk to me. Let's have a conversation. It'll be fun. I promise. I'm not always as weird as I am today. I will see you next Friday, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.